Sagittarius, welcome to your hopes, fear, and reality spread. As per usual, you can click right on that description box below, and it will talk about the significance of the spread as well as the placement of each card. So, without further ado, my friends, here we go. Wow, Sag, you are barreling through something like, whew. All right, so always be careful of the, well, not always, it depends. It always depends on the card that goes with it. Let's not forget that. But I always caution people with the Five of Swords, because sometimes the Five of Swords is a conflict, and you might even come out on top, but nobody really wins or loses, you know? So in the end, the battle is with yourself, right? However, you have it with this Eight of Wands here, which is super interesting, because what this tells me is that you are determined to move forward at all costs. All costs. You're just gonna barrel through whatever stands in your way. I pity the fool, like, because your hope is just to fight for change, and that's the thing about fives. That's the other thing I want to mention about fives. Fives represent chaos. It represents uncomfortable change. So sometimes uncomfortable things happen to us to show us the things that we do not want. So here you are, willing to win at all costs to move forward out of this uncomfortable energy. And here we have another five. Interesting. Except this five has to do with resources. This could be health, this could be wealth, and this could be time management. Now there's a little subset to time management that comes up for some people sometimes. And what that is, it's who you spend your time with. Because who you spend your time with can be just as valuable as any other resource that you have, correct? So, as you're willing to move forward and barrel through whatever, and you don't care about the cost right now, you just want to move out of this energy that you're in. Whatever energy that came in is showing you what you don't want. You also fear another thing that you don't want is to limit your resources. Because ultimately, you know that moving away from anything means you disconnect from other people and old energies. And right now, there is something or someone in your energy that's healing you, and you recognize that you might, and I mean like literally, like this is the star, these are the stars. So you might be pushed out of this healing energy, this you won't have as much time with this person or energy that you found some sort of sovereignty amongst all the chaos right now. So it's like you want to move forward out of this chaotic energy, but there is someone or something that you still want to hang on to, and you know you can't have it both ways. That's tough. The reality of the situation is it's not time for wishing or hoping or whatever. It's not time for daydreaming. It's time for action. It's time to make a decision, and it's time to move forward. Should I stay or should I go? Whew. The Queen of Wands in the upright is somebody who fakes it till they make it. But they don't, now, mind you, this came in the inverse on your spread, but I need to explain this before I explain the inverse. So mind you, they're not lying or pretending to be somebody else. This is the person who dresses for the job that they want. This is somebody who adapts to their environment by projecting who they want to be until they are that person, somebody who manifests. This is in the inverse right now. So you kind of feel like, with the Queen of Wands in the inverse, with the Seven of Pentacles in the inverse, you kind of feel like You don't want to fit in because there's really nothing to gain. It's almost like, and I hate to say it, but it's almost like you're in a crowd and you're like, yeah, I have nothing to learn here. And here's what I hate to say, because that was the polite way of saying it. It's kind of like you're in a crowd and you're like, I'm better than this. I'm better than them. So you don't feel like there's a point in adapting to an environment that is at a lower vibration than you are. So there's a knowing and an understanding that, yeah, see? There's a know, let me finish this sentence before I do the next two cards here. So there's a knowing and an understanding that this place or this thing just is not a good fit, except for maybe one or two people. Like you recognize there's one or two people among you that has that potential star quality. And everybody else is just kind of muddling through somehow. So it makes you not want to join in the group. It makes you not want to balance out the energies. It makes you not want to lead. It makes you not want to help. It makes you not want to, because this is a benevolent leader in the inverse. And this is somebody who's well disciplined and balances out energies in order to achieve their goals, also in the inverse. So it's like, I don't want to. Like I just don't. So I'm going to push my way through and out of it and leave it behind. It wasn't a good fit. It doesn't help me. Be it emotionally, spiritually, financially, whatever it is, where you are, I hate to say it, but I'm just putting it the way it is. You feel that the majority of people are beneath you. They are at a lower vibrational level. And if you stay in this environment, see, because that's what happens. Either you can bring people up or they can bring you down. There is no meeting in the middle here. So you feel like you're on an incline. If you stay in this environment, you're going to come down to a lower vibration. And you're like, I didn't work this hard and learn all these life lessons and do all of these things just to have people pull me back down to where I was before. I rose above heartache and strife and financial burden or whatever the case may be. I rose above this for a reason. I've already fought my way through this. I don't want to be pulled back down just to have to build myself back up again. Whew, Sagittarius, you got to do what's best for you. That's my advice. You have to do what's best for you. If this group is causing you anxiety, get up and go, because you don't need it. Yes, there is no growth without discomfort, but what's the point of discomfort if you don't see potential growth at all? I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, and I'll see you next week.